Plaintiff calls Kimberly Anderson. Okay. Ms. Anderson, can you state your full name and spell your last name?
My name's Kimberly Anderson, Anderson.
Where do you live currently?
I live in Nita City
And why are you here today to testify?
because someone asked me to.
Do you know what you're going to testify about?
About the accident regarding Mr. Parker and the motorcyclist.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, what do you do for a living?
I'm an assistant to Abbott Aluminum, and my job is to advise Mr. Slater on the full range of business decisions he has to make.
And can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Andrew Parker?
I wouldn't call it a relationship. It is, Mr. Parker is one of Abbott Aluminum's clients, and he deals with Mr. Slater, and in dealing with Mr. Slater, I have to be the conduit because I help handle Mr. Slater's schedule, and that's my relationship. He's a sales representative, and I have to deal with him.
So your relations with Mr. Parker are completely business related?
Completely.
Ms. Anderson, I'd like to ask you some questions about July 20th, 2003. Where did you have lunch on July 20th?
I had agreed to meet Mr. Parker at Roy's Steakhouse, which is on 5th Street in Newgate City.
And you had lunch with Mr. Parker?
I did. More or less, Mr. Parker fancies himself as a ladies' man, but in his role as sales manager, he likes to foster business relationships with his clients. I guess more or less to grease the wheels so that if I have a positive image of him, that I will advise Mr. Slater in a favorable relationship. So we went out to a business lunch on that day.
And approximately what time did this business lunch end?
And at 2 o'clock.
And what did you do after the business lunch ended?
I exited the restaurant and I was headed to my car, which is 5th Street in Clay, and Mr. Parker had another meeting, so he, because he's a regular, his car was actually waiting out front for him. The valet had it waiting right at the curb, so he went to his car, and though he offered to give me a ride, I reminded him that I had driven my own car, and I went to my car.
Your Honor, permission to approach opposing counsel with an exhibit.
Approach opposing counsel?
Yes.
Certainly I'll need my permission for that.
Permission to approach the witness.
Sure.
Ms. Anderson, can you tell me what this is?
This appears to be a map of the area of 5th Street and 4th Street near Ray's Steakhouse.
Is this a fair and accurate map of 5th Street and 4th Street on July 20th, 2003?
Yes, it is.
Permission to publish?
First, do you want to offer?
Could I offer this exhibit into evidence?
Any objection?
Permission to publish?
Yes, sure. You would know, sure.
Ms. Anderson, can you step up here to this exhibit and show us where you walked from Ray's to your car on July 20th, 2003?
I exited the Ray's Steakhouse, went down the sidewalk, and my car was parked on 5th just before o'clock.
Now, as you were traveling to your car, what happened?
I'd actually gotten to my car, and I heard a motorcycle coming down the street, and I turned to look because I'm used to motorcycle sounds, and I heard a crash. And when I looked back, a motorcycle had hit Mr. Parker's car right outside of Ray's Steakhouse, right about here.
And the witnesses marked the area where these accident occurred with an Ms. Anderson, you heard a motorcycle when you were in your car?
I did. I heard a motorcycle coming down the street. It had a really loud engine.
After the accident, what happened?
After the accident, the boy who hit his car landed right about here. I'm going to mark that with an L for where he landed. Mr. Parker ran up to the boy and said, "Where the hell did he come from?" and ran back to his car to call for help.
And what did you do?
I looked at the boy in the street and waited for the police to come. I really had things to do and I needed to leave, but I did wait and give my information to the police, but told them that I had to leave.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Anderson. Ms. Anderson, during this lunch that you had with Andrew Parker, was there any alcohol consumed?
Yeah, Mr. Parker had 2 martinis during the lunch.
And was this the first time you were ever out to lunch with Mr. Parker?
It was.
Did Mr. Parker seem intoxicated?
I mean, he ate, he had the 2 drinks, he was really talkative, but not more so than he is ordinarily. Like, he likes to flirt and pass, like I said, he fancies himself as a ladies' man, so he didn't seem really any different than my interactions with him in the office.
So there was no concern when he left whether he was capable of driving?
Absolutely not. He did not appear intoxicated, and in fact, he hadn't, with respect to the accident, done anything. He had just gotten in the vehicle to pull away when the motorcycle hit him.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. No further questions.